Good morning, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea Tranquility. Welcome to another edition, the last day of Forgotten Favorites here in August 2021. We've got two episodes for you here today, as I have two left. You've got a couple bonus episodes last 2 days of the month. Of course, this is the show we've been doing all throughout August, each day taking a look at a little obscurity, rarity, little talked about album from either an unknown band or a band you might have heard of before. Perhaps some of these you've owned or checked out, perhaps you haven't, but now's a good time to revisit some of these. And for myself, I've had a fun time throughout the month listening to some of these albums that I've pulled out to show and share with you all, some of which I haven't listened to in a few years or more than a few years. So today we're going to go to Switzerland, okay, 1977, the one and only album by a progressive rock band called Island. Pictures is the name of the album. And yes, you guessed it correctly. That is the artwork of H.R. Giger, very known for the guy who helped create the artwork and the creature effects and suits for the Alien films by Ridley Scott. Also did Brain Salad Surgery by Emerson Lake and Palmer, and also did To Megatherion by Celtic Frost. I always loved his artwork. I'm just sad we didn't get more of it. But yeah, you look at this and you can kind of see, kind of hints a little bit at the alien creatures, sort of, right? From that great sci-fi horror film. Anyway, back to the band. So again, released in 1977 on Round Records in Switzerland only, and this was reissued in 1996 by Ken Golden of the Laser's Edge. Okay. Let's just give you a quick look at the packaging here. If you love the kind of very mysterious artwork of Mr. Giger, this is quite cool. I remember being pretty stoked seeing this back when I picked up the other guys in the band right there. So who are they comprised of? So you've got Benjamin Jager on lead vocals and percussion. You've got Guge Jörg Mayer on drums, gongs, and percussion. You got Peter Scherer on keyboards, pedal bass, crotales, and voices. I don't know what crotales are. Renee Fish on saxes, flute, clarinet, triangle, and voices. All right. So this is a pretty interesting album, to say the least. So we've got here the album proper was comprised of 5 songs, and then here on this reissue you've got a bonus track, which is like almost 24 minutes long. Pretty cool, right? So here on the regular album you've got introduction. It starts off with introduction, quick little 1 minute and change, little instrumental type thing, and then moves into a track called Zero. Most of the music here is written by Peter Scherer. Okay, there is a wealth of mainly instrumental pieces on here, or I would say over the album's 50-minute length, plus it's 70 something minutes with the bonus track, but you get mostly instrumental music here. There are a fair amount of vocals on a couple tracks, but the first 2 songs definitely instrumental. Then we move into the title track Pictures, which is just under 17 minutes in length. There you have lyrics and vocals. I'm not 100% nuts with the vocals on this album. They're okay, I guess. They're very kind of theatrical and almost operatic in spots, like on this particular track. You get this, and they're very like, it's almost like the vocals are trying a little too hard. Music, however, is very good, and like you heard me talking about the members of the band and what they play, no guitars on this album. A lot of keys, a lot of reeds and things, which gives it a very quirky kind of Canterbury slant to the music. I know a lot of people over the years have compared this to like Van der Graaf Generator or King Crimson. Maybe King Crimson circa like Lizard or Island, that period. Okay, so the kind of the second wave of King Crimson, when you got Mel Collins and various jazz guys coming into the band, right, adding all sorts of different flavors. But I'm more hearing kind of Hatfield in the North, and maybe a little Matching Mole and Gilgamesh. All right, maybe a little National Health. Very complex stuff. There are some of the kind of rhythmic things going on, the complexities will bring to mind. Certainly some of the chaotic Van der Graaf generator, or even the more just kind of out there Gentle Giant stuff. But for the most part, they have a fairly original sound, but I do hear that kind of quirkiness in their music. From there, you've got Harold and King Delora, 12 minutes and change. That's a really good track. Some angry stuff going on there, but it's really, really complicated. Very well put together. And then the last track on the regular album is called Here and Now. All right, so those three tracks I just mentioned all have vocals on them. Really amazing stuff going on between the sax and the flute and the various different keyboards. Really intricate. Like I said, this is not an everyday listen album. I have had this probably since it came out, and I've listened to this a ton over the years. This week was the first time I'd heard this in quite a while, and I was amazed by just how complicated and technical and intricate, I know that all kind of means the same thing, nature of the arrangements are. But yet it's not too harsh on the ears. But if you like your prog rock fairly intricate with lots of weaving things going on, a lot of interplay between, like I said, the reeds and the keyboards, drums are acrobatic all over the place, no guitar. I think you will really like this. And the Empty Bottles bonus track is big and brawling and lots of jams and pretty cool, kind of chaotic in spots. But yeah, this is a fun, interesting, oftentimes challenging listen, but challenging in a good way. This is not background music. This is not easy listening, soothing prog rock, neo-prog, classic symphonic prog. I wouldn't really classify it as any of that. It's definitely, Prog Archives classifies it as eclectic prog. I'm not 100% sure what that means, but maybe I would put like complex prog. It's not quite RIO. All right, it's not quite Canterbury. It's not quite symphonic. It utilizes elements of all those, but it's kind of its own different beast. So, but yeah, if you've heard over the years, people comparing this to, it sounds just like Van der Graaf or Gentle Giant or Crimson. Yeah, you hear little elements here and there, but for the most part, I would classify this a little bit closer to the Canterbury bands than anything else. But definitely a little bit more complex, not quite as whimsical. This is a little darker, okay, but that kind of playfulness with the arrangements is definitely here. A little Happy the Man too. All right, if you like the more challenging, complex stuff from Happy the Man, a little bit of that here as well. Okay, so Island Pictures. Get it if you can. Not like I said, I've had this for a million years. I don't know if this is still in print or not, but worthwhile checking out if you can get it. So there you have it, everybody. You're going to get one more of these Forgotten Favorites today, and then we're going to move on to the live albums by year that we're going to do every year. So we're going to start in 1968. I did a little bit of research, and while, yes, we did have some live albums here and there throughout the 60s, most of them were like, old school jazz records, a lot of bebop stuff. Not a lot of rock and roll live albums started coming out until about 1968. So we're going to start in 1968. We're going to go all the way up to 1998. So we're going to have 30 years for 30 days in September. And I'm going to pick my favorite from each year and my runner-up. Okay, so you're going to get two from me each day. I'm going to ask everybody to do the same. All right, so 30 days of live album discussion. So stay tuned for that starting tomorrow morning. And as far as Forgotten Favorites, I know, like I've said before, we didn't get a ton of people watching this daily show this month, which I'm a little bit disappointed in. But the people that did watch really enjoyed it, and hopefully a bunch of you were able to find some new albums that you'd never heard before, either from the old days or more recent stuff that now you will consider calling favorites of yours. So they're no longer forgotten. But fear not. We'll be doing, at least once a month, we'll be doing a special Forgotten Favorites show where I will do basically the same thing here, except instead of talking about one album, I'll probably talk about 5, 6, 7, or 8, or whatever it might be. And that'll be once a month. So look forward to that and hearing about some additional obscurities and little discussed albums that are in my collection that I like a lot. So thanks for watching, everybody. Tune in tonight. We've got a pretty fun show lined up for you tonight. We've got In the Prague Seat tonight. we are going to be talking about our favorite title tracks. We kind of did part one of this on the Hudson Valley Squares recently, but we talked more about hard rock and metal. Now we're going to be talking about some of our favorite progressive rock, progressive metal, jazz fusion title tracks, but we're going to try and stay away from the usual suspects. So we're not going to be talking about, Close to the Edge and 2112 and Wish You Were Here and, a lot of those that you would expect everybody to bring up. We're going to try and go to the next level because there's a ton of great ones. So title tracks tonight, we've got, I want to make sure I get everybody here. So we've got Ken Golden from The Laser's Edge and Sensory. We've got Stephen Reed, we've got George Lamy, we've got Anthony Ferrara, we've got Eric Porter, and we've got Rick Labonte and myself. I'm pretty sure I got everybody there. That's the crew that's going to be joining us in the product seat tonight, so stay tuned for that. And then tomorrow is a new product review today. Might be a little light on that tomorrow. You'll get at least one from me. I have some stuff, a lot of stuff that's come in, new stuff, but I just haven't had a chance to listen to a lot of it, but I can probably definitely crank at least one out tomorrow. And then Thursday, we've got the Monsters Den with Chris Allo and myself, and then Friday morning at the Funhouse, Martin Popoff and I are going to be talking about those album bombs, those album disasters where a lot was expected from a band and that album, and the album came out and didn't really do it for most people, didn't sell, and kind of a big, massive disappointment, otherwise known as a bomb. So we're each going to be coming up with 5 for you. That's happening on Friday, and then Sunday, album homework assignment. Stephen Reed going up against Simon Bray, our UK connection. They've given each other their assignments. They've spent some time with them. So on Sunday, they're going to talk about them. So stay tuned for that. A lot more here at the channel. Visit us on the web at www.ctranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content. If you'd like to make a channel donation, we have the link to our Ko-Fi page below, as well as the link to Sea of Tranquility's merch page with all sorts of cool new stuff for sale, and Sea of Tranquility, the webzine, which is now on the internet for 20 years this year. It's our 20th anniversary of Sea of Tranquility. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Pete Pardo. We'll see you real soon. We'll see you tonight in the proxy. Take care. Bye-bye.